Good morning. This is February and a really cold, sharp morning. The sun is shining. There's not a lot we can do. The soil's still quite frozen, but I've been spending my time making a cold frame. Nice deep cold frame. I've been doing it so that I can actually sow leeks, peppers, that kind of thing, get them started nice and early, ready for them to go out on the plot. Lucky I checked the seed potatoes. Look at these. They are really going, they've really got leggy. So I'm not quite sure what the best thing to do with them now is. In view of the fact that my potatoes are already well shooting on, what I've done is I've got this old bath. I've filled it with soil and compost. I've put a piece of tile over the plug hole so as it can drain. I've built this frame up with some of that old 6x2 that I used for the other cold frame, and bent some gas pipe round, and they're going to cover that in polythene. And I've got some old weed rock which I'm going to put round the bottom to stop the bottom from cooling off in the wind. Beans are coming on well in the greenhouse at home, so they're really ready to go out. So now I've covered the grain with polythene, I should probably use these to make up the spaces in the ones that were planted out earlier in the year, because they're at about the same height. Now the weather's warmed up a bit. It's still only the middle of February, but there's a promise of some really nice warm weather coming for this week. So I'm taking a chance, and I've brought those broad beans on in my greenhouse, so I'm going to take a chance and plant them out. I've noticed that the other ones, the ones that I sowed in January, that's them ones up there that we saw on the January video, they're just about surviving in this cold weather, but I've noticed some shoots of the ones that I put in as beans a little bit later to fill in the spaces. They're just showing through. There we go, all tucked in, all gritted round. Another little thing I'm going to try is to snip the tops off, or bend the tops over, of me raspberries. I'm told that you get a better crop if you do it. Oh, let's see. There we go. I've also put a potato in this bin, and I've put potatoes in my bath. I've put plenty in there because it's my intention to dig them up whilst they're still quite small. When the sun shines in the spring, it's always tempting to start sowing things up. And this is why I like to do it, whether we're early or not. It really is only the end of February here, but what I like to do is to sow up my first attempt, if you like, in pots, and then I'll move them on once they've taken and they're growing. And that's the method I like to use. Make sure that they're well marked up so that you remember what you've got in there. we're near the end of February, so I'm going to show you around, see what stage I've got at. This is the south of England, of course, so all you not so lucky people that live a bit north of us, this would probably be something like the middle of March, but we'll see. You might be lucky, it might be all sunny up there already. In my cold frame I've put in some leeks which will go out into the main plot, carrots which I shall bring on in to give me some early ones, because even though the sun's shining now it could turn really rotten, and so that'll give me some early carrots, some beetroot and cos lettuce. I'll probably bring on in the cold frame, but I may well put a mate. That's what I picked today, the last of the sprouts, well perhaps almost the last of the sprouts, and spinach, or perpetual spinach. That'll be coming on in a vengeance as the weather warms up. There's our beans, our broad beans, which suffered because of the cold. It was really bitter and they really haven't survived at all. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 plants, but under the surface there I've noticed the tops of the new shooting beans that I've put into to fill in the spaces. There's our garlics, they're coming on really nicely. That's a big jumbo garlic and Isle of Wight. And then cosy in that frame is the beans I put in 2 weeks ago. They were the ones I sowed at home in the greenhouse and brought them here in trays. Our red currants are pruned. That's old, that old bush. It's really so old now that I think I'm going to probably go for new, and the black currants the same. The whole of the ground has been rotivated. The strawberries are surviving nicely. They look like they've taken. They were done during January. That pile of twigs is from the privet hedge that grows around my plot, and I'm just letting the leaves dry and fall off to nourish the soil, and then those those twigs will be my pea sticks. Grapevines have now been pruned. I think I know what I'm doing now, so they still need some improvement on. The soil, I've limed it and I've turned it over to inspire early growth. The bits of yellow that you can see, that's bits of plastic pipe to protect the grapevine trunks from the wire. Then we come on round. That's my a bin that I've put in potatoes, and that's my bath with some early potatoes in. Come on round for the asparagus. Nothing showing there yet, except for there's some looks like wild garlic or chives growing, which is I'll have to get that out because a bit of weeding. Shallots are just showing, and I've got a piece of polythene down there to warm the soil up for my next sowing. I'm not quite sure what I'll put there yet. I've got something written there. That's my square that's going to be sweet corn. Now I've sown potatoes. Those pieces of water pipe are ready for me to put cold frame across if a frost is forecast. So all the potatoes have been now chitted and put out. The chits grew rather a bit long, so that's why I've put them out. It's a tiny bit early really. Our broccolis, a couple of broccolis here, and they're just showing signs of broccoli. And then there's our perpetual spinach. It just needs a few days of sunshine. The leaves are starting to get bigger. Last of the sprouts. So as soon as those sprouts are finished, I will then clear this plot and prepare it for pumpkins. Then we've got April cauliflowers and broccolis, and along the back there we've got some bins, and I've already put in some chitted potatoes, and I will I'm growing some potatoes in them dustbins. It'll be interesting to see how they turn out. So there we go. There's the pond. Still hasn't got any frog spawn in it yet, but let's wait and see. I always believe if there's frog spawn, once they've spawned, it suggests to me that spring's here, and if the spawn's near the top, you can reckon that we're not going to get any more severe frosts. So there we go. There's the plot. It's looking quite dressed up. It's looking neater. So I'll see you in March. Bye.